Hi, my name is Emily Krieber, and I am a preschool teacher at Our Savior's Lutheran Church. I'm going to be talking tonight about the Last Supper, and I'm going to be reading from the Sparks Children's Bible. It's on page 462. You can also find it in Matthew chapter 26, verse 17 through 30. The Last Supper. Jesus knew that the time had come for him to leave this world. He wanted to share his last Passover meal together with his 12 closest friends and disciples. Jesus loved his friends and wanted to show them his love in a very caring way. As the friends got ready for the meal, Jesus put water in a large bowl and knelt down on the floor. He wanted to wash the feet of each disciple. When it was Peter's turn, Peter said to Jesus, "You will never wash my feet." Jesus replied, "Peter, you don't understand what I am doing now, but you will later." Peter loved Jesus so much that he said, "Then don't just wash my feet, but my head and hands also." Peter wanted to be as close to Jesus as possible. So I'm going to stop here and kind of review what we have been talking about. So Jesus and his friends are celebrating the Passover, but he is sad because he knew it was time for him to say goodbye. He shows his great love for his friends by serving them. He washes their feet. Jesus tells his friends to go to be servants to others. So a question I have for you guys is, what are ways that you guys could be servants to others? Or what ways have others served you? Another word for serve would be help. How have other people helped you? Or how have you helped others? So think about that when you are talking about the Last Supper. Also, an activity that you could do is you could have somebody, instead of washing their feet, you could have them wash your hands. So that'd be a good activity to do. All right, I'm going to keep reading, and we're going to start reading about them actually having their supper. As they were eating, Jesus sadly told his disciples, "Soon one of you will betray me. One of you will tell people who don't like me where I am so they can take me away." This upset the disciples, and each one said, "It's not me you're talking about, is it?" When Judas said this, Jesus gently replied, "Yes, Judas, you will betray me." Then Jesus picked up a loaf of bread. He blessed it, and he gave some to each of his friends, saying, "Take this bread and eat it. This is my body." Then Jesus picked up a cup of wine. He gave thanks and said, "Drink this. It is my blood, which I must give up so the sins of people may be forgiven." When the meal was over, Jesus and his friends went to a place called the Mount of Olives. Jesus said sadly, "Soon you will all leave me." Peter felt bad. "Even if all the others leave you, I won't," he said. Jesus looked at his dear friend and said quietly, "Before the sun rises, you will pretend you don't know me 3 times. Peter said, "Jesus, I love you too much to ever do that to you." And all of the other disciples said the same thing. All right, so after reading that, some questions for you guys. What are some foods that you would serve at a celebration? Also, what happens when it's time to eat? What does Jesus do with the bread and wine? Those are some questions that you can talk over with your parents or your brothers and sisters or some friends. And then an activity that you could do would be, you guys could share bread with each other using the words, "Remember me." And then taste some of the other foods at the table. So those would be some fun activities to get you guys talking and learning about the Last Supper. So enjoy.